Konnichiwa YouTubies. Hey friends. Hello YouTube. Today we are at Royal Enfield Go Green Motors in Gachibowli here in Hyderabad, and the only reason I've come here is because of this, the Royal Enfield Himalayan. Now I've never been a big fan of Royal Enfield motorcycles. I've ridden the older Royal Enfields as well, belonging in the 80s, 60s, the ones where the gear is on the left and the braking is on the left and gear is on the right. I'm really sorry. And I had ridden the Continental. I was not quite so impressed with it because of the engine. In the body, everything was good, but now Himalayan has been I've been following it up since quite a while, and I really seem to like this motorcycle because it's quite a good effort by Royal Enfield. They say the engine has lots of tunings. The 410cc unit, it's got quite a long travel suspension, some great ground clearance, 200 millimeters or something, and so let's just go ahead and take a test ride and give you my opinion of the bike. So it even sounds a little bit different because of the longer exhaust, I believe, and there's something done to the engine, and sounds a little bit smoother, not that smoother. Let's just sit and see. Surprisingly, the ride head is quite good. The meters are quite informative. Let's back her up. Surprisingly, it feels very, very lightweight. Wow. I'm quite surprised actually, because the bike, it feels quite different. It doesn't feel like a Royal Enfield at all. The engine is quite smooth. When I say quite smooth, I mean quite smooth. It's literally very, very smooth. It's very smooth. Okay, so coming to the point, it's a 410cc engine. It's got biber discs. It's got a single disc up front, single disc up rear. It's got tubeless tires, Seat tires, off-roading tires, and I'm pretty surprised because even with the ground clearance, it's such a humongous ground clearance, it actually doesn't have such a tall seat height. I mean, shorter riders can feel right at home. I mean, like, seriously, it feels shorter to mount on than my ER6N, and it even feels nimbler. So there's a gear indicator, there's a compass, and it's pretty smooth. I'm just waiting for any of my friends to pick this up so I can take it for a proper off-roading session, and also I think I can easily do wheelies on this, because looking at the long travel suspension and the engine characteristics, now Royal Enfields are pretty dead when it comes to power. They have a very short rev range. I don't know how much this thing revs up to, like 6,000 rpm, and this thing should do quite a good wheelie. It's very nimble. I mean, in comparison, it's almost like almost like riding a little bit more glorified Duke 390 with a longer handle and stuff. It's very, very lightweight. Brakes are quite good. The mirrors are ugly. You might want to change them. So I'm actually quite surprised at how well Royal Enfield has. They've done quite a good job, commendable job, I'd say. But the old Enfield, the proper Enfield aficionados who love the thump, I'm really sorry to say this thing doesn't have the thump, and that's pretty okay for me because it's very, very smooth. Now, I was supposed to go to Neredmet, that was quite far, so I just came to the showroom which is nearest to my house because I was quite excited for the motorcycle. And for a first ride, I'm actually pretty surprised. I'll just stop the bike and show you around the motorcycle. So this is how she looks, and the launch was just done yesterday, I believe. The test rides began yesterday, and it has this huge front suspension and also this big ass tire. I don't know what size it is. It's a 90/90. I think that's more of a 21-inch rim. It's pretty big. And I'd seen in some promo videos this footrest had broken off, something like that happened. As for the build quality, it looks pretty good, because even looking at the header is changing colors now. That's something that happens only in sports bikes, so I'm pretty happy. It looks pretty good, and not pretty good, it actually looks really good. It's almost like a miniaturized, tiger and scrambler crossbreed kind of motorcycle. The tail light in the rear section, it looks big, but as soon as you mount onto it, the tank is small, everything is small. These cages here, they give the bike a pretty good appeal, and even the meters, they're quite informative. Now I didn't get a chance to take her out for a long ride, because fairly these roads are not what's meant. The bike is not meant for such roads. I should take her proper off-roading sometime, maybe when one of my friends picks it up. But first impressions, I'm really surprised. I mean, it's a Royal Enfield, but it doesn't feel like a Royal Enfield. I mean, that's a positive thing and a negative thing also for some. But as a bike, if you're planning to pick it up as your first bike, it's really good. I mean, even in the short ride, I gave the clutch feel, the power, the torque. I mean, it pulls even in fourth, fifth gear pretty effortlessly. The build quality is good, but we'll get to know about that over time if there's any problems cropping up, because there are silencers falling off and stuff like that happening on other Enfields. But I'm pretty happy with the way the bike performed. So stay tuned. I will probably be doing a full road and off-road review of the bike when any of my friend picks up the motorcycle, or maybe from the dealership itself. But as for now, the first ride impressions of how the bike looks and everything, thumbs up. I think Enfield has done a very good job at making this motorcycle. It feels light, it handles pretty lightly, and it's very refined for an Enfield. And even from a motorcycle point of view, it is quite refined. Now I don't know how it will be in higher revs and when you're going at higher speeds, but overall, very good motorcycle. So thanks for watching, and see you.